Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel. And I did that because there was a passage in the Bible, in the Ketuvim, that actually says, "Who will put this in order for me?" Well, I volunteered. The reason I volunteered is because I'm Zion. That's what makes me Zion. Because I put it in order for God at His request. I volunteered to be His spokesperson, to be His voice upon the face of the earth, so that He and I together can end suffering on this planet. And suffering is about what this next chapter in the book of Zion is about. It's called, "And the people shall be oppressed." And in this chapter, I'm going to be reading from the books of Isaiah, Daniel, Micah, Psalms, which is David, Ezekiel, Zechariah, and Habakkuk. Habakkuk. Anyway, those are the prophets that are going to be speaking in this chapter. I'm not telling you the chapter and verse. What would be the fun in that? You guys need to find yourselves a Bible, go to the Ketuvim, or start with the book of Psalms, because there's a few passages from Psalms in there. So read from the book of Psalms to the book of Malachi. All the information that I'm giving you is contained within that portion of the Hebrew Christian Bible, the Ketuvim. And this chapter, chapter 9, "And the people shall be oppressed," goes like this. "Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealeth treacherously, and they dealeth not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatterings. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many. Yet they shall fall by the sword, and by the flame, by captivity, and by spoiling many days. Now, when they shall fall, they shall be helped with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatterings. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, and to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. Trust ye not in a friend, put not your confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of your mouth shut from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son dishonoureth the father, the daughter riseth up against the mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbor, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among thy people. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancients, and the base against the honorable. None call for justice, nor any plead for truth. They trust in vanity, and speak lies. They conceive mischief, and bring forth iniquity. The people of the land have used oppression, and exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yea, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly, as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He catcheth the poor when he draweth them into his net. They encourage themselves of all evil matters. They commune of making snares privily. They say, He shall see them. They searcheth out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. But the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver, and for a spoil, and none say restore. Who among you will give ear to this? And who will hearken to hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knoweth it not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are those that rise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, in which you will not believe, though it be told to you. So, thus ends the 9th chapter of the prophecy of Israel. And as far as, to me, there's only 3 letters in the alphabet that I need to say to qualify this entire fucking chapter. BLM. Black Lives Matter. Chapter 9 of the Book of Zion. This is the oppression that brought forth my children. Black Lives Matter. So, there you have it. My authority. My right. My will. My way. God spoke. Not to me. Well, okay, God does speak to me, but that's a totally different thing. Because I'm a telepath. So does God. So we speak. Big deal. Telepaths do it all the time. Anyway. But God has spoken. He spoke 3,000 years ago. He spoke through the prophets of Israel. He told you plainly and clearly, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to create a people who smoke a plant, and the unjust, damned Christians, the idol worshippers, are going to oppress them. They're going to oppress them. They're going to oppress the poor, the widow, the orphan, the fatherless, the meek. And that oppression is going to undo them. Because that oppression is what has led to Black Lives Matter. Police brutality is a direct result of the oppression of black people and poor people of all colors. And we all have one basic thing in common. We rejected society. We found marijuana, and we evolved into a higher life form. We became priests of the Most High God of Israel. We didn't know that that's what we were doing. All we knew was that there was this wonderful plant that opened up a whole new reality for us. Suddenly we went from just being stupid rednecks of whatever religion we believed in to being enlightened, to have an actual connection to all life in reality. That's what marijuana gives us. And that is what led to our oppression. This oppression that has led to Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter is going to eventually hear about me. They're eventually going to see one of these videos, the caption on it, and they're going to listen to it. And they're going to go, wow, that's from the Bible? The Bible says that about me. Huh. I gotta hear what this just got to say. And she's gonna go back into, and this person is gonna go back into the feed. And then they're gonna go all the way back to the very beginning of the Pot Smoker's Bible on YouTube. And they're going to find themselves. And they're going to embrace this truth. And they're going to elect me as their leader, their spokesman, their champion, their high priestess, the voice of God on earth. To stand and fight for the oppressed. You see, this establishes the war on drugs. Chapter 9 is the war on drugs. And the war on drugs is Black Lives Matter. They're all the same thing. And they all lead us to Zion. I cannot wait. Oh, the world is not ready for me. But I'm ready for them. So, I'm going to continue to read more chapters from the Book of Zion. I'm going to read the entire book on this feed. You can catch whatever chapters you want. But the entire body of the book is everything that's happening today, right now, as we speak. It is manifest, it is real, it is true, it is actual. And because it is manifest and true and actual, I have every reason to believe that I will succeed. That's what the good book says. So I am here. So, if you get high, if you're poor, if you're oppressed, if you believe that Black lives do matter, then give me a try. Because believe me, Black lives do matter. I've got so much to teach you. Oh, so much to tell you. And that's just the pot smokers here. So let the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn light. Find your joy, pursue your joy, become your joy. Stay happy and high. You have every right reason to. Know that I love you. I'll see you later. Because I'm never going to say goodbye.